Good morning, everybody. How are we doing? Who's ready for the fucking weekend? I know I am. And so today we're going to talk about family basics. However, I did want to include that this is probably not for your entire family. There will likely be some swearing, some motherfucking, some calling people assholes, proclaiming some shit is bullshit. There will probably be some of that. So while this is for family nutrition and basics, don't watch with your kids. I've had people be like, you know, I wish you'd not swear so I could watch this in front of my kids. What the fuck do you want to have your kids watch me for? I mean, thank you, but I've never understood that. Like how I'm like I wish I could watch it with my kids. What the fuck is wrong with you? You know, like I've never understood that at all. Just weird shit. The weird shit you get when you fucking have a presence online. Just some weird shit, you know? Here we go. So I'm going to put into the chat our coaching special for those of you. Coaching special on a 30-minute consultation. It's a special I do just for the lives. It's only on during the lives. And then the consultation is good for any time. So like you can use the consultation link for any given time. But please do, if you're having trouble with your food, check that out. If you're having trouble with your lifestyles and everything like that, please do check it out. We help people on a daily basis, weekly individual conference calls. We talk to people on the app. We help them morph their life into a healthier version. And then once they get used to that, once we build the habits about that, we then morph it again into a little bit more healthy. And then we try to get it to the healthiest point possible that they are very satiated and satisfied on. There is going to be there's going to be a push by many people coming soon, finally, to lose weight. You watch. It will happen. It will start being a discussion that it is time to lose weight for the country, blah, blah, blah. And they'll have done this. The pharmaceutical industry will do this because they feel that they have gotten to the point where they can adequately monetize it. And if you think that that is in any way off base, you are not paying the fuck attention lately, because they will like it is already starting to happen. They're already starting to talk about weight loss surgery and pharmaceutical drugs to lose weight versus people stop fucking shoving pie into their fucking faces. And I don't know why I always pick on pie. It's actually normally cake. Like statistically speaking, it is actually normally cake. It's not pie. I just say pie all the time. I don't know why. So pie is a perfectly fine, like fucking delicacy eaten for just pleasure that has filled with a bunch of highly processed things. It's just fine. I don't know why I pick on it compared to cake. And cake is actually probably more along the lines of problem. So, let's see. I'd like to purchase a 30-minute consultation for Tess Holiday. I would too. For real, like I could save Tessa's life. I bet you I could have her lose 200 pounds in 2 years. I guarantee you I could have her lose over 100 relatively quickly and help save her own fucking life. The problem is, and I'm not like some sort of fucking wizard either. I do believe that Crystal and I have a very unique approach to hunger management and a very unique view to it, because people do this thing where, and this is for the family. This is good to talk about because we're talking about family health. People tend to look at health and fitness and stuff like that as an all or nothing thing. Like if you're not doing the fucking super hard workouts, you're not fucking working out. If you're not eating 1,000 calories a day, are you trying to lose weight? Tess Holiday should never fucking count her calories and should never fucking step on a scale. Her stepping on a scale right now, the way she eats and the way she performs her life, or anybody that's morbidly obese, why the fuck are you even doing that? Like, it's going to say fat as fuck. Like her scale literally probably just says fat as fuck. I don't even think it gives her a number. And when it is like that, well, in defense of those parents, maybe the computer is in the living room and kids are sitting nearby. Then watch when they're not around, Rebecca. I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but like people asking me to adjust how I present shit for like that's no, it's just not gonna fucking go. I appreciate what you're saying. Pie is healthier than cake. It probably is healthier than cake. So, Alan, have you heard of Dr. Robert Lustig book Metabolical? It's an incredible expose of the healthcare mess related to obesity, sugar, and all like that. I have not read it, to be honest. I spend most of my time reading studies on future ingredients for products that Mark and I are, Mark, myself, and my wife, and Sean are going to do. But I have not. I do need to pick up a book for sometime soon, but I'm not going to necessarily do something like that. I need some sort of adventure book or something like that, some sort of fantasy book to be able to read just a book for pleasure. So let's see. Alan, thanks for the content. I've been struggling big time since quarantine, but I'm finally back on track. How do you keep from slacking off during vacation, getting off track? So here's the thing: vacations and holidays and shit like that should be a few there should be a few meals eaten just for pleasure. You know, I mean, there's going to be. It's vacation. Like it's supposed to be a festive time and feasting, right? It's more along the lines of what you do in between vacation, and people try to act like they're on vacation all the motherfucking time. That's more along the lines of the problem, right? So what I view for vacations is I try to do the best I can for one meal of the day, or for 2 meals of the day if I eat 2 meals of the day, and then and then one meal a day I try to be, eat as good as I can. Now I will say this, like I've got my body trained, and I realize highly processed carbohydrates don't treat me well. I don't feel great. I don't even enjoy them that much. So I do stick closer to eating non-processed food. Like I'll get a seat. Like Crystal and I go to this place called Master Crab. It used to be called Mr. and Mrs. Crab before the pandemic, but somebody took it over. It's like they serve food to you in this bag with different sauces and butters and stuff like that in it. And that's normally scallops and crab legs and corn done in the bag and stuff like that. So there's no processed carbohydrates. It's not good for you because of all the fat and all the butter and stuff like that. It's not good for you. It's highly caloric, but it's away from those other things. So I try to really, no matter what, limit the like food product that I put in my body versus food, even when I'm on vacation and stuff like that, just because I prefer to have my body have food in it. Because a huge issue is that people view that food as rewarding because of how it tastes when it is actually punishment. That stuff eaten just for pleasure is not good for you in the long run, and your body knows it and you know it. So that's what I would suggest. Tess could easily afford Alan's coaching if she skipped a few DoorDash orders. Everybody could. And to be very clear, it is the service we provide is free. Like this is no shit, not free, but the service we provide has included pre-recorded and live yoga, HIIT style training. Crystal walks with people. We have daily communication, weekly video conference calls. They get to use our app. They can be part of the hunger management support group. All for what would be a fraction of the cost of most other coaches. And a vast majority of people that join our coaching, the coaching pays for itself in the money they save on food. I mean, the vast majority. It pays for itself. They feel no economic impact, especially at the deal that I'm offering right here. I mean, especially at this deal, it's fucking like it. If you think about how much extra food you eat and know that food is making you unhealthy, and the money you spend on it, and what you're doing, and how unhealthy it's making you be, replace that with something that's going to be positive for you. I mean, do that today. Like, make a change for fuck's sake. Like it's not going to change itself. If you're 280 pounds and you've tried all sorts of other shit, try something different, because just giving up is going to fucking kill you. Like that's part of it. Like just giving up and just doing the same shit over and over and over again. Like fuck this poor girl Amberlyn Reed. I saw her. She's on Weight Watchers again. Weight Watchers, by the way, is a full-on fucking scam. I have yet to meet any. I've been doing this for a while now. I am literally a best-selling weight loss author. I have yet to meet anybody that has lost a substantial amount of weight with Weight Watchers and then kept it the fuck off. Anybody. I'm not talking they go I go down to like 180 and I float between 180 and 195. I'm not talking like the 15-pound floating area. I'm talking like I have yet to meet anybody that's lost like 100 pounds with Weight Watchers and not gained 110 pounds back. It's just, I mean, that's another thing you can do for your family. Don't fuck with them when it comes to that shit. Don't find just healthy living. Be consistent. Like, it is your family. Like, if you have children in the house, don't worry about fad diets. And this gets into our topic. Don't worry about fad diets. Worry about consistency of eating healthy fucking actual food cooked in your motherfucking house. If you are so busy that you do not have time to cook, work it the fuck out where you prep cook and prep a bunch of ingredients. That's what Crystal and I still do. That's what we do during the summer. Like, I have a couple chuck steaks in there right now. I'm tearing talking to you. I'm probably going to cook chuck steak off today and have some chuck steak left over to make for steak and eggs for her in the morning. Like, think ahead, but feed your family fucking food. Like, feed your family food, not food products. Dr. Luskin talks about the dangers of how sugar addicts our brain, et cetera. Very informative. I'll read. It sounds to me like we already have studied the same data, because to be real, that is not. I mean, sugar is an addictive substance. It just absolutely is. But it sounds interesting. Alan Magician makes fat disappear like a cookie. No shit. But people are fucking crazy. Since Tess seems narcissistic, maybe the water is reverse psychology. Like saying you can't lose 200 pounds in 2 years. She's not. Dude, her entire existence. This is the problem with people that, like, she's like full on mukbang now. She's like eating on camera, like any good anorexic. But fuck. I mean, like, here's a couple problems with the Tess Holidays of the world and the Lizzos and the fat activists and all this shit. We allow them to lie to themselves and the public openly because we don't want to hurt their fucking feelings by calling them fat. We openly allow the lying to impressionable young people from these fucking weirdos that think that they are healthy, that want to propagate that they are healthy, while barely being able to stand up for extended periods of time after plastering pounds of fucking makeup on their face and calling themselves pretty. And if that's not a soundbite for you, I don't know what the fuck is. But that is what happens. We have literally gotten to the point where we are at systemic societal lying and protection of the lies of people that are 400 fucking pounds who eat McDonald's and fast food on a daily basis by their own admission with video evidence that can then call themselves anorexic and say there's nothing wrong with their health at the same fucking time. Like, it is comedy. It is, I mean, I'm sorry, but like, that alone, that people even saying like supporting this in any fucking way, mainstream media supporting this should show you how full of shit they are, because that is a full of shit statement. I mean, we're talking about family health here. Don't let your kids watch shit like that. Don't let some fucking fat woman tell your kids that there's nothing wrong with being 300 fucking pounds. Tell your kids she's maybe a nice lady and you can think she's pretty and you can think she's nice, but she's sickly as fuck. That's love to both Tess and people like her and your fucking kids. Fucking crazy shit. It's just fucking insanity, Miriam Wortman. I've lost 120 pounds. That's because you're a super fucking hero. That's amazing. Have kept it off for the last 2 years. I'm an avid runner, currently training for a marathon. Outstanding. However, I still occasionally binge eat. Would I still find value in a 30-minute consult? Absolutely. We focus a lot. Like my weight is controlled mostly by binges and then the quality of food. Like, I just talked about how I have chuck steak. I'm getting ready to start working out much harder in the next few weeks. So I increase my fat intake because that increases calories. Where I eat the same volume of food normally, Like I eat the same anyway. It's one of the things I do for my binging, but yes, absolutely. If you have problems with binging, a 30-minute consult, even coaching would still be good. We have plenty of clients that are of a normal weight. They're just trying to control their eating habits. So, I mean, plenty of clients. It's not just very large people. But congratulations to you, but especially since you've been bigger before, I think it would be very pertinent, Miriam. Very pertinent. But still, great. That's what a fucking hero looks like. Taking responsibility, 120 fucking pounds. Great fucking job, Miriam. You can read Harry Potter. I've already read them many, many, many years ago when my son was young. When my son would read a book, we would try to read the books. My son read so fast that like we would have to alternate. Yeah, that's amazing. It is really good. That's really good. I'm trying to eat only when my stomach starts rumbling rather than when I think I'm hungry. That works as long as you're staying very hydrated too. Stay very, very, very hydrated because oftentimes you will mistake your thirst cue as a hunger cue. That's what most people do in the morning. Most people, when they wake up in the morning, are not hungry. They're thirsty. And instead of taking in fluid like they should, a decent amount of fluid, because you have just not drank fluid for anywhere from like 6 to 10 hours on the average. You have perspired, moisture has left through your skin, but you've also expired fluid just in your breath. Like, I mean, people lose hydration that way too. And your body has processed a bunch of bodily waste, and you've probably taken a huge piss in the morning. So make sure, especially first thing in the morning, to instead of thinking you're very, very, very hungry, make sure to fill up on a decent amount of water to check where your hunger level is at. That's a huge thing that people fuck up. So that's a good family practice, since we're talking about family and health. Have your children drink 10 to 30 ounces of water right when they first get up. Just have them get into the habit of doing it. That's a very good life skill habit. 10 to 30 ounces of water, they're already ahead on their hydration for the day. It fills them up so they don't necessarily need to fill up on fucking all sorts of processed fucking sugar and shit like that. And then feed your children food, like eggs or meat, maybe some vegetables or potatoes, not cereal, not highly processed food product. Feed your children food. It should not fucking be hard. This should not be a fucking statement. Like it shouldn't be some sort of controversy. Feed your children food. You're training for a marathon. You're not binge eating. Your body needs food. That is spoken like somebody that's never had problems with binge eating. I'm just letting you know that you have never had problems with binge eating. Binge eating is a different level of shit. Binge eating is just not eating a lot. Binge eating is eating to the point where you are like watching. Like it is for me, and I'm just going to speak for me. When I have binges, it is like watching a movie of myself eat food, screaming at myself in my head, "Why are you eating that food? Why are you continuing to do so?" And just still watching the movie of myself eat everything in the pantry, just about. That's what binging is. Okay, training for a marathon is different than that. Like binging is very different. Trust on this. I used to be able to put down a shit ton of food when I was like 270, and the goal was to train to get bigger and stronger. Therefore, eat to get bigger and stronger, because I was a total fucking idiot. The goal was to get as big and strong as possible, and eat as much as possible to get as big and strong as possible. And there was still definite delineation of when I was binging and just eating. Very different. Went to Vegas and kept on track, so no need to get back on track. Sushi was my main vice there. That's fucking awesome. Sushi's good food. It's like from what I understand about Vegas, you can get damn near steak and lobster just about everywhere. So I've saved a fortune ever since I went on keto. I mean, it's very true. Amberlyn Reed has done 50. The Weight Watchers like 50 times in the last 7 years and failed every time. I feel bad. I feel bad for her. Like, I mean, and I got to be real. I feel bad for most of them. Like, I feel real bad for this April Lauren girl. Like, I mean, she's from what I understand, she's doing 75 hard again. So stupid. Like, waiting to have a fucking injury. You know, I mean, waiting. 75 hard is dumb to begin with. I got to be real, because it puts such a date on such extreme activities. You know, like You need to build your health, build what you are going to be healthy at, build that, maintain that, and then add intensity on top to it periodically to meet your wants and needs and everything like that. But that is not building a healthy lifestyle. That is just trying really, really, really hard for X amount of days. That's not conducive to sustain. And I'm not saying she's not going to lose a bunch of weight. If she's doing it right and not lying, kind of like last time, she will lose a shit ton of weight if you are fucking exercising for 2 hours a day. And I think she said she was eating like 16 to 1,800 calories last time. She should have been dumping like fucking, you know, 3 or 4 pounds a week, every week. For real, at her size, 3 or 4 pounds a week every week. If you're working out 2 hours a day and on a fucking very serious restriction, you should be weight should be just pouring off of you. You know? But that's the thing. Losing weight that fast also, too, due to that much effort, is not sustainable in the long run. It's stupid. Just fucking dumb. I mean, and I'm not calling her dumb. She's trying anything she can to stay popular and shit. And Amberlynn Reed, I think, really does a lot of the shit she does because the audience will produce a negative response and then watch her videos. Just be real. You know, I mean, people think that they're doing something by, going over there and giving her hate comments and shit like that. That's what I think that's the goal. You know, I don't think that's April Lauren's goal. April Lauren has tried to get YouTube famous multiple times before this. I mean, she did a whole keto thing. And that's why it's kind of disingenuous too, by the way. It's disingenuous on her part, where she's like, I am X amount of months into my journey. You are years into your fucking journey. Anybody that was 300 and some pounds that tells you that they just started trying to lose weight and here's the start of my journey and here's how much weight I've lost, let's not pretend that they haven't tried to lose weight a bunch of fucking times beforehand. Their journey started years ago when they first started trying to lose weight. They've just been unsuccessful. And then they're trying now on camera to try to monetize it. Here's some good family health for you. Don't watch people eat. Don't watch people try to lose weight. Don't put that shit on. Don't put that content on. You'll encourage your children to watch people doing healthy activity, like hiking and running and swimming and shit like that. Encourage that shit. Do not encourage the watching of people that are clearly struggling with what they do, give advice on what they do to other people. It's fucking crazy. Eating one meal at a restaurant, not including starters and desserts, is usually around $20, excluding tip. Exactly. She does Weight Watchers because she uses the point system as an excuse to binge. She ordered a McDonald's fries, 20 nuggets, filet of fish, and a Sonic shake. That's horrible. That's really bad. If that's the case, somebody should step in. If you're a 500-pound person, you should not eat fast food at all. You should not eat processed food at all. At all. Processed foods and carbohydrates should be seen only as for pleasure. If you are morbidly obese, you have pleased yourself enough. You have overquoted your pleasure when it comes to food. Vastly. You should not. It should not be a thing. It absolutely should not be a fucking thing. If you are morbidly obese, the only time you should eat food just for fucking pleasure is special events, feasts, holidays, birthdays, Christmas, times when you yourself would almost feel more stressed by not eating it because of familial connection and feasting with your family. If you find yourself as a morbidly obese person, home alone, or it's just a fucking Tuesday for dinner, and you're ordering a bunch of fast food, you are in fact harming yourself. Like, if you are a morbidly obese person, this is very real, and I mean this very, very sincerely. If you're a morbidly obese person, and it's just an average Wednesday, or an average week, or even an average weekend, there's nothing going on besides it's just another weekend in your life. There's no holiday, there's no birthday, there's no very serious special event. Not that you want to go get tore up with your friends, but there is no real special event, such as a holiday or a birthday. something like that, and you find yourself eating processed foods, you are hurting yourself. Get there. Get there in your head. Take it fucking seriously. If your child is fat and you feed them ultra processed foods on any other day but a fucking holiday or their birthday or shit like that, something that and when you do feed it to them, make sure that they understand that they're eating this, it's just for pleasure, that it is not good for them, for their health, but it's a celebration, so we're making an exception. Make sure that they understand it's the exception to the fucking rule of eating actual fucking food. But if it's just Tuesday and little Johnny wants macaroni and cheese and little Johnny can barely fucking tie his own shoes at the age of 13, you're fucking hurting little Johnny. And if that hurts your feelings, good. Fucking good. Feel something, because you should feel shame about that shit. If your child has fucking fat rolls and you're feeding them fucking a pizza a couple times a week just because they fucking won't shut up unless you give them fucking pizza a couple times a week, you are in fact letting the child hurt themselves via you being such a fucking pussy of a parent. It is one thing to have a child that has trouble with their weight. Take them to the doctor, make sure everything is okay, make sure there's not some sort of hormonal disorder. But if you propagate it, if you're the one feeding them to the point where they are getting fat, you are in fact hurting your child. It's not even a debate. Enough of this shit. We are literally trying to make people feel better about how they're treating their children instead of looking out for the fucking children. We are trying to make it so it's okay, oh, it's no big deal. Johnny's just 300 pounds and he's 13. He's a big boned kid, and what damage could it do? And then all of a sudden when Johnny is fucking 35 and he's having toes amputated because his eating skills are shit, and the parents are 65 and they're watching from their wheelchair and they're sitting in Johnny's fucking recovery room after Johnny doesn't have his toes or part of his fucking foot, and mom's on oxygen and shit like that. We see this all the fucking time. If your child is pre-diabetic because of what you're feeding it, you are abusing your child. The law should step in as far as I'm fucking concerned. Do something about it. If your child's doctor says Johnny's weight is too high, fix that shit. Do everything you fucking can. Take it seriously, because it is. That's the problem with all this bullshit. All this bullshit is causing it so we are not taking obesity seriously at all. After the last 2 years, if you are still fat after the last 2 years, if your children are still the same weight, if your children were fat at the beginning of this fucking bullshit 2 years ago, and they're still fat or fatter than they were 2 fucking years ago, you are hurting them. I am done listening, entertaining the fucking comedy clown show circus that is a bunch of fat people saying people should wear facial decorations, get jabs, or stay locked in. If you are a morbidly obese person, you have understand, you can say whatever you want. You have freedom of speech, but you should know that if you tell anybody to wear a facial decoration for the health of everybody, I am going to laugh in your face. You look stupid as fuck. If you have not taken your own personal health very seriously in the last 2 years, 2 fucking years, I guarantee you this, I could have Tess Holliday lose likely 200 pounds in 2 years. It's been 2 fucking years. Do something. Fix yourself. Pick yourself the fuck up and become a real fucking human being and fix yourself. If your children are fat, you should be really the fuck on it. It's been 2 fucking years, and they've been abused enough. They have not seen their friends in most places. They have been told that they're going to kill their fucking grandparents with their motherfucking breath for 2 fucking years. We have isolated them. We have made them try to learn from teachers online that were not taught, that were not in nowhere were most of these teachers given any kind of guidance in how to teach online. It is 2 completely different types of fucking teaching. In-person learning and distance learning are 2 very different fucking things. We had these children who had to be self-taught by parents for the online learning because there's a huge parental buy-in for online learning. And we didn't explain this to them at all. We just fucking told them your child's going to be home because we're too terrified of a fucking cold to go to fucking work from these teachers. What the fuck? It's been 2 fucking years. Stop fucking being children. Fix your own fucking health. If your child is fat, fix your fucking child's health. It's your responsibility. And let's move the fuck on. Crazy shit. For a moment, I thought we were talking about World War. Getting there. Hearing Alan yell at 6 in the morning about being fat and proper eating habits is exactly what the motivation I need. Ecstatic. Existential crisis. I love the fucking, I love the cover thing too. Food prepping right now. Outstanding. I've been running into people saying I need to get back to the gym when they see my progress and never get to it, but get mad because they're not losing. The thing is, you don't even, to lose weight, you do not need the gym. You do not need the gym at all. That is a huge misnomer. The gym is, for some people that use it to lose weight, it's because that's the workouts they find most motivating. But in reality, your health, your weight, your actual homeostasis weight should be based off of the calories you take in and the ambient activity as how busy your day is. You should be trying to stand up as much as possible during the day, walk around as much as possible during the day, get the ambient activity up so it's burning calories. Workouts after that are just extra calories burnt in athletic endeavor. And if you reach a body fat percentage, a low body fat percentage, on the low range of your body fat percentage for your sex and your age, on the low range, maybe you should add some more calories in. Maybe. But until you get to extremely lean, like I did not start adding calories back in until I was under 10% body fat this past summer. I did not start even thinking about adding calories because my body had fat stores to fucking go to. I was working out for like an hour and a half in the Florida heat plus yoga in a day. I was getting like 2.5 hours worth of working out in a fucking day, trying to be on my feet as much as humanly possible. Besides that, watching what I ate, eating mostly just meat and veggies, like literally mostly just meat and veggies, which is what I normally eat. And I still didn't add any calories until I got to like sub 10% body fat because my body easily had fat to pull from. Use the energy you fucking have. Don't, like, there's no, like, sending your children off to school with any type of fucking sugar in them is ridiculous. Any type of added sugar is ridiculous to send your children to school with, especially if they have attention deficit disorder. Fuck every single parent that fucking does that shit. I know what that's like. My parents were told by the fucking government that if they didn't feed me all sorts of cereal in the morning with fucking whole milk and orange juice, that they were being bad parents. Meanwhile, I'm fucking flaming ADHD, and I got 100 grams of sugar in me before I go to the fucking school. It was not fucking pretty. I feel bad for my parents. I feel bad for my fucking teachers. It was horrible. Anyway. Easily real food. Use the old sets out and forget its rotisserie. Throw a chicken. Go. I gotcha. I agree. I just watched your video on Tess Holiday. She's the biggest information around. That's what I don't understand, too. Like, all this misinformation bullshit, first of all, to those of you that are watching that called me a conspiracy theorist or said I was huge misinformation, pronounce with what? Because the data I've used has all come to fruition. I fucking told you so, motherfuckers. You don't need to admit I was right, but we know I was right the whole fucking time. In retrospect, especially now with everybody looking back and realizing how bullshit it was and everything like that, my initial suggestions of we should watch the very sick, the very elderly, and encourage healthy lifestyle changes. We should do our very best to protect those people that wanted to be fucking protected from the very fucking beginning. Elderly, high risk. If they chose to, fine. If they chose not to be, we should just fucking let them do their fucking own shit. And we should have gone about our business, possibly even encouraged very, very low risk and young people to try to get the virus so they could get natural immunity and help take the fucking pathogen out of the fucking population. But instead, we tried to stretch this shit the fuck out. You want to know why they wanted to stretch the shit the fuck out? I mean, money. What the fuck? What's wrong with you people? Money from fucking therapies that are experimental and money from them trying to fucking just say, like, they need the money. They're all locked down because of this cold. Fucking get there faster, people. All right, guys, coming from the UK here, greatest country in the world. Some studies have come out saying that we should be eating 30 to 50 different plants a week, not full vegan. What's your opinion? Take a multivitamin. There you go. I mean, it basically the study that he's talking about, I believe, if it's the one I read, it's talking about to get the different phytonutrients and micronutrients that are necessarily needed, and I believe in that. I'm a big believer that nature provides versus pharmaceutical. I'm a huge, huge, huge believer in it. However, just take a multivitamin. You know, like that's first of all, that is for optimal shit. Like there's no optimal fitness, not right now, not right now. You know, optimal fitness is out of the reach of well over 99% of the population. I'm just saying that, or I should say, well over 95% of the population. There's probably 5% of the population that focuses daily on their actual health. Like they view food as fuel and as medicine. That is how you get healthy. Start viewing what you put into your fucking orifice on the front of your mouth or the front of your face, your mouth orifice. Start viewing what you put in that as fuel and as medicine. And if it just has fuel and it does not have any of the medicine involved with it, no micronutrients such as sugar or flour, processed carbohydrates, don't view it as fuel because it is ultra processed fuel and bad for your fucking engine. View it that way. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm still with you. I am getting more coffee. I'm back. Sorry about that. Let's see. Is she really doing it, though? I don't believe her. I didn't believe her last time, just to be real. If you're talking about Young and Safe Lauren. And here's my thing. I don't want anybody to go over there and be like, Ellen Roberts said that you're lying about this, because I don't give a fuck if she thinks I'm lying or not. And I don't want anybody to go over there and give her anything but encouraging words. For real. Like, I feel for the position she's put herself in. I really do. The last couple of videos I've watched of hers have, like, the smell of desperation on them. And she's losing weight again now, from what I understand, and that's fabulous. That's fabulous. But I'm going to go along with my initial piece of advice to her and Beatrice and all of them. Don't lose weight for money on camera. Because what happens is they make extra money when they fail. And then you're monetizing a negative aspect of your health. That's very bad. It's very, very, very bad. Think about when that would possibly be a good thing. Think about Eddie Hall. And I'm a big fan of Eddie Hall. A really amazing athlete, and he will be probably like the first one to tell you that he has treated his body in very unhealthy ways in order to set the records he has set, right? But when dude was fucking trying to break the deadlift record, and there was no health involved in that. None. There was absolutely no health involved. You know, like he trained athletically to do shit on camera with his body in an extreme fashion. There's no way that's going to be healthy. You know, crazy. Rebecca, don't need to be zero carb for most people. Vegetables have plenty of minerals, and konjac noodles are very expensive. At least where I live. You know, if you're gonna have carbohydrates intake, potatoes, rice, parsnips, carrots are all high in that stuff. So there's no need to avoid it. You know, absolutely no need to. But if you're talking ultra processed carbohydrates, that's a fucking different scenario. It's not necessarily good for you. You know. Thanks for response, Alan. I guess I didn't know what binge eating actually was. No problem. And I was not trying to dog you, but binge eating and training for a marathon are two very fucking different things. She just had a massive binge while on Weight Watchers. You know, I feel bad. I really do. I've given Amberlynn Reed the same advice I've given just about everybody. So that's why I don't mind saying it. And I really do wish that she would fucking get inpatient therapy. Like I really, really, really do. She's not gonna. She's the thing is, she is at such a dangerous weight. Hi, sweet thing. Give me a second. Say hi, everybody. Say hi. My baby. Um, but I mean, she is such a dangerous weight that she needs to get. If you're a 500-pound person, you need to get 200 pounds off of you in a year, like in the next year and a half. And I'm talking in a fucking hurry because it's not going to get better. It's just not. Like I mean, like that shit's not going to get better. I got cat hair all over me now. That's what you get when having the baby. My little girl. Um, we need vitamins, minerals, protein, and healthy fats. We can have carbs, but don't need them to live on. That's very fucking true. Very fucking true. Big spoon, not more bioavailable for the human body compared to meat, eggs, fish. I mean, exactly. I get like here's my thing: be vegan, be vegetarian, be pescatarian. I was pescatarian for a long fucking time, where I literally only ate the only proteins I ate were fish, vegetables, and eggs. That was it. I just started feeling very, very, very restricted, very, very, very restricted. I still eat fish. I eat decently often. I eat red meat almost every day. Eating pork more often too. And she is very much loving me scratching her head. And there's gonna be cat hair everywhere. By the way, she's shedding like crazy. Yeah, it's my little baby. Alan, is yogurt okay to eat on a daily basis, especially plain green yogurt? Anything is okay to eat on a daily basis. Yogurt is actually really not that processed when you know how it's made. As long as you have the bacteria, something with the mother bacteria. Like we've made our own yogurt bunches and bunches and bunches of times. Not only have we made our own yogurt, but we've then used the whey that comes from the separation of the milk into the yogurt. I still would have Greek yogurt as an evening track or as an evening snack or treat, like a daily sweet thing. I oftentimes maybe a couple times a week we'll put a scoop of protein powder for flavoring in plain Greek yogurt. I view it as a sweet thing that's eaten for pleasure, but also does have some nutrient load to it that has some benefit. Like I try most of the days of the week if I'm going to have something that tastes sweet to make me feel satiated and not make me feel restricted. I try to make it have as much nutritional content as humanly possible. It's not always possible because oftentimes it is a little bit more processed. And again, I eat like anywhere between 90 to 95% whole food, and then 5 to 10% food just for pleasure, just to make sure that I'm not feeling too restricted. To watch out for my binge eating, because I'm the type of person if I feel restriction, like and my ADHD catches it, I become very food focused, and then binges are more likely. And there's all different triggers for binging. That's why we do the coaching, which again I'm gonna put down here. We do the coaching because everybody's binge eating disorder is different, and more people have binge eating disorder than fucking possibly realize. But once a week I have something that's like just for pleasure, or if I'm on a holiday or something like that. So anyway, we have five a day in the UK, but some people don't take. That means variety. Apples, for example, have loads of vitamins and minerals. I eat apples almost every other day. Apples, grapefruit. We get Florida grapefruit and Florida oranges here, so amazing stuff. I was over 350 pounds when I started. The last time I weighed in, I was 293. That's a fucking great job right there. Great job right there. And I have no idea what I'm doing, and now I'm just starting to order smaller jeans. I have decided to stop focusing on the number, and I'm much happier. Just focus on healthy lifestyle endeavors. If you're eating in a healthy way, like you can look at yourself in the mirror and know you are. You know, if you're eating in a healthy way, you absolutely know you are. I mean, people are like, I can't seem to lose weight, and I'm starving. No, you know you're not. You know you're not. You're either eating complete shit food that's tanking your hormones and shit like that, or you are eating a lot more food than what you are claiming you are eating. Like I still say this, and I really mean this. I want Daily Wire or somebody to pick up a fucking show, a pilot and Mark and I will fucking, Mark, myself, his wife, and my wife can coach these people literally to fucking health. I would like the people on the show that would claim that they fucking only eat 1,300 calories and can't lose fucking weight. We would be able to monitor them 24/7, and that whole I only eat X amount of calories, and no matter how little I eat, I can't lose weight. Shit would go out the window really fucking quick. I mean, that it is such a rare thing, and it normally involves the person having not had some sort of very serious metabolic issue, like very serious hypothyroidism, not medically managed, is what normally happens. Are you mad at me? She's mad at me. Look at this. You can't see it because she's behind the MFing COO. She's mad at me for putting her down. Let's see here. I've now lost 4 more pounds, putting my lost 116. That is excellent, dude. That is excellent. Make sure you're staying consistent. That's outstanding. Actually, lowest population Okinawans are not fully plant-based. Vegans live longer. Longest living dog ate vegetable kibble. More LDL in meat. You can't say, first of all, saying the longest living dog ate this, having that translate to humans is not a real thing. Their stomachs are completely different than ours. That's not, that has actually almost no biological transfer. That's like saying, because I could easily say the longest living cat was a carnivore only because cats are carnivores. You get what I'm saying? Like that's not a logical argument. Now, don't get me wrong. Eating a good portion of veggies and stuff like that is important, but animal protein is very important to longevity. We would not have canines if we weren't designed to eat that way. We're omnivorous. We eat everything. And let's see here. You have to understand some people are having trouble affording food. They make trash food cheap and healthy more expensive. This penny has made everything crazy expensive. My kids eat healthy. You have to understand that in reality, beans and rice is still the cheapest fucking food. And healthy food is not expensive. And if your children, if it is a matter of eating cheap food is putting weight on you, eat less of the cheap food. I mean, I'm sorry, but it's such a basic thing. I cannot stand I cannot afford healthy food argument about weight. I cannot afford healthy food is about health. That's for fucking sure. But it is not about weight because you can eat a small enough portion of the unhealthy food to lose fucking weight and be at a healthy weight. You will be micronutriently deficient possibly, but you can then spend the money that you were using to eat the rest of the garbage food and buy a cheap multivitamin, and you're good to go. Being obese should take priority. Not being obese should take priority over a lot of shit, especially your feelings on how well you like your diet. I think everybody should like their diet as much as possible. But if you have a choice between unhealthy crap to feed a child at X quantity, and that X quantity of unhealthy crap to feed a child is also making them obese, you are now feeding them unhealthy crap that is making them more unhealthy. You can at least keep them at a healthy weight so they can move more and they can do more. It is not a valid argument to say health food is inexpensive, especially when beans and rice, again, like you can go to Walmart and buy beans and rice for the fucking month for your family and mostly live off of it for like fucking $25, $30 for a family of like 4. So miss me with that shit. I hear what you're saying, but everybody that tries to talk about how healthy food is expensive, miss me with that shit. I mean, for real. For $100, you can feed a family of 2 people for a fucking month. It may not be the most pleasurable, but you can fucking do it. And be healthy. You can fucking do it. I know it sounds crazy, but when you can get a month's worth of supply of beans and rice, and then spend another $70 on maybe a good multivitamin for a month, and for fucking, a children's multi for fucking $20 or $30. So now you're at $60, and then spend $40 on frozen veggies. Grow some of your own fucking food, maybe too. You can feed a family of 2 people at least on $100 a fucking month. It absolutely fucking can be done. Absolutely. Absolutely. Would you recommend doing your programs to someone who trains like an athlete? Absolutely. If you have problems with your food and homeostasis, absolutely. We have tons of people that are athletes that are with us. We have multiple doctors and nurses that are at a healthy weight. They just need help maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Tons. So absolutely. And just so everybody knows, this is the best deal you're going to find on it, right there. Why does CPS remove underfed kids but not overfed? Right? It's because people's fifis. I come for the content, I stay for the lectures. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. No, they aren't, but who knows if they would live for longer if they were just vegan. As you said, everything is different. Everybody is different. I completely agree. I completely agree. Data all shows that you need animal proteins and animal fats. You need essential proteins and essential fat. You don't need essential carbs. There's no such thing as essential carbs. You don't need them. So anyway, lots of shortages where I'm at in the moment. I decided to take a stockpile can of sardines. If someone complains to me that they're hungry, they aren't hungry enough to eat sardines. I agree. I love sardines. Power and money. That's the fucking truth, Mando. Power and money. Let's skip down a little bit. Let's see here. Quickest coffee trip ever. Wow, that's from way back there. Okay. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom here, a little bit up, and then I'm going to answer some questions. Here we go. Just got back from a 2-mile walk, now eating scrambled eggs. Absolutely fucking awesome. That's how that shit should work. Overfed and undernourished, they don't know what they're missing. It's kind of fucking crazy. Hi, kid. Yeah. Liz Austin's over there still, too. She's still pissed at me. Still pissed at me. All for the fucking crime of putting her down. Just stop eating every day. That's not realistic either. Give me a second. I got to message my son. All right. No, the just stop eating daily thing. I have a bunch of people. I know a bunch of people that do the stay on, they eat a day and then they don't eat a day. The problem is that they get used to very, 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 very large portions, and oftentimes those large portions cause people to then when they start eating every day again, they get fat. Just being real. Ground turkey is inexpensive right now. I also find chicken sausage for the cheap. Pork is cheaper than beef. That's the thing. You can shop, people. At no point in time, and it's just such a fucking weak ass argument, because at no point in time is the crap food, if you look at it from a nutrition to nutrition level basis, that food's actually more expensive. Go to a farmer's market, do something. 10 pounds down this month, thank you. Boom. I hope you're feeling better, but that's not bad. So, have a fun day. You can use food stamps at Walmart to buy herb plants and they are flavored and lots of nutrients. That's fucking excellent. King Richard III, how the fuck you doing? I'm doing good, man. Doing good. If I fasted an entire day, I guaranteed I'd end up binging the next day. For a lot of people, for a lot of people, that is a very serious binge trigger. It really is. What happened between me and Richard? Review Tech? Nothing. I mean, I think he's pissed at me because I was right about the pandemic, but nothing. I wish him nothing but the best. He's a seriously morbidly obese man that needs to fucking get in control of his fucking health. Him being upset at me for fucking saying that facial decorations don't work, it means nothing to me. I mean, nothing happened between us. I'd have to give a shit about him. I don't. So I wish him nothing but the best. I'd coach Rich. I mean, I absolutely would, because he definitely needs some fucking help with his health. But I got no ill will towards him. I mean, he's just another social justice warrior freaking out because I said fucking basic math and facts and shit like that. So, but again, I will say this: if you're still morbidly obese after 2 years, you look like a clown trying to tell other people what to do with their health. I'm fucking full makeup, under the fucking big circus tent. Fucking, you look like the fat man at the circus. So, but nothing. I seriously, I don't have anything against him. So I heard he was pissed at me. People even sent me clips that he was pissed at me. I don't care. What the fuck? What people think of me is none of my business. I understand why very seriously morbidly obese people started freaking out at me saying, hey, morbid obesity is bad for the fucking pandemic, because they probably felt singled out and they know it's true. But I wish nothing happened between us. What could possibly be said? What could Rich say to me that's going to matter to me? That's what I don't get. Like these people come back like, I disagree with your COVID take. You can disagree with facts all the fuck you want, but the inferred IFR was exactly what I said it was going to be. All the data is coming out showing that lockdowns have caused more damage than what they could possibly have ever fucking helped with, which was something I fucking said about. It's openly acknowledged that that masks are facial decoration and nothing more now. And 6 feet was an arbitrary number made up. And again, we don't have enough data on the jab. My whole thing about the jab was, and I said this no matter who was producing it, because it's not a political thing to me. Give me 5-10 years of testing on some sort of fucking therapy, and I might consider it if the fucking pathogen it was meant to be fucking protected for was in fact actually dangerous to me. But as the numbers panned out, and as is clear by factual reference to CDC numbers, with both my age and my level of health, I was at less risk and at the beginning even than I was in my daily car commute. So there's no need for me to worry about it. And I think that's what upsets people like Rich and other people, is that there's so much that they have to worry about because of how they've gluttoned themselves and sedentary lifestyle themselves into poorer health, that some people don't need to worry about. They feel everybody should have to feel the same terror. They should, because he should be terrified. Like somebody as fat as Rich should be absolutely fucking terrified of a cold. Like a cold could fucking kill him. A regular cold, not just this cold. I mean, it could absolutely fucking kill him. He should take his life seriously. He obviously has very serious issues with food. I mean, it's a real thing. Him judging me for my statements on fucking the pandemic when everything has turned out to be factual and true, and the shit that's being said on the news right now is the shit I said at the beginning. Yeah, I told you so, Rich. I hope you do well with your weight loss. I'm sorry that you're upset with me, except I'm not sorry because I don't give a fuck. Like, I mean, it's fucking patheticness, but I'm good with it. No sweat to me. People are going to say my name and send more people over to my content and realize I was telling the absolute fucking truth from the very fucking beginning. I haven't flip-flopped and been like, oh, well, that was wrong, and freedom, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I was always under the same stance as, like, if you're afraid, stay the fuck in. If you think you're at high risk, stay the fuck in. If you want to, accept risk and go out and live your fucking life, because my freedom is worth more to me than my fucking life. The freedom of me and my family is worth my life. It just is. If your freedom is not worth your life, you should check yourself. And it's okay. You can be a fucking a peasant. You can be considered a subject. I want to be considered a citizen, and in order to be considered a citizen, you need to be free. Because then you're a citizen. If you are not free, if you can be told what to do, what to put in your body, and where you can and can't go in your movements, you are a subject. You are a peasant. And I'm not. I'm a citizen of the United States. And I have born rights that are outlined in the Constitution. And no amount of fucking fear or no amount of you making yourself so fucking sickly because you're a glutton and therefore at high risk is going to make it so I should not be free. That's the fucking place. And for real, it was massively overhyped. I mean, everybody knows this. Like anybody that came out like, his take on COVID is so wrong because he doesn't, believe in masks. Masks don't fucking do shit. They're facial decorations, admittedly, openly right now. The social distancing, 6 feet is a completely made up number, people. Aerosolized vapor travels 30 fucking meters. And that's what the virus travels on. It's like aerosolized vapor. It's fucking insanity. Like, I mean, the fact that, like, people would speak out from their fat ass mouth about how other people should do shit for their fucking health when they themselves are not avidly just doing everything they fucking can to remove themselves from the high-risk population that already takes up 86% of the burden on the healthcare system, you're going to have to miss me with that shit. So if somebody sends this clip to Rich, you're going to have to miss me with that shit. You look like a fucking clown trying to tell other people that they're wrong about health measures when you yourself are in fact hurting yourself with what you do to your body and hurting your health with what you do to your body fucking daily. So before you worry about other people, worry about your fucking self and miss me with that shit, you fucking clown. There, that's my statement. Down 7 pounds over January. King Richard III out fucking standing job, upping my cardio to get rid of my last few pounds. Here's the thing though. You can up your cardio to get rid of the last few pounds, but understand this, that when you stop that cardio, if you see the weight coming back, you need to adjust your food back down, okay? Because what you're doing is you're taking a temporary change in your caloric expenditure and producing a result that if you want to remain permanent, that caloric expenditure variance has got to be maintained in some way. So keep that in mind, okay, Sherry? We can help you with that. Again, I'm going to be going here in a couple minutes because I'm going to go pick up my son. We're going to do some shit soon. And this is for the coaching and for the 30-minute consultation. Please do take us up on it. We had quite a few people take us up on the consultation yesterday. The coaching, we only do one slot per day. So please do check that out. I don't even know if it is still open for at least the next 15 minutes. But here's my biggest take on, wow, we have, I'm going to miss this going to work. Miss Boss, just watch it again. Thanks, Alan. My pleasure, Sherry. My pleasure. Just keep it on. Tips for muscle loss around 210 to 220 at 5'9". Would like to get to 170. Could probably afford to lose 10 to 15 pounds of fat, but would like tips for the rest of the equation. Focus on getting to the weight and then worry about body composition. Eat a nutrition filled with mostly protein and healthy fats and vegetable carbohydrates and very, 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 very minimal processed carbohydrates. Eat that in conjunction with your activity. Excuse me. I do highly recommend as much resistance training done at volume as you can for hypertrophy. We can help. By the way, we can help you with this with a couple of our programs. Because what I think you need to realize is that you need to lose 50 pounds. Okay, that in of itself should be enough. Like you're going to need to just lose weight first. And Cole, we can help you. Just be real. Alan not only spoke the truth but suffered consequences, being attacked nonstop, receiving death threats. I'm so appreciative he was brave enough to supply this info. Thank you very much. It's been an interesting fucking time. No shit. But for family health to me is the same thing you can do for all your fucking healths. Okay? Eat the majority of your food being animal protein, animal or vegetable protein, and healthy fat. Very, very, very minimal. 5 to 10% of your intake should be food eaten only for pleasure, should be calories eaten only for pleasure. That is anything that has processed flour or sugar in it. Any ultra-processed item should be eaten only for pleasure. View alcohol the same way that you would, or view sugar the same way you would view alcohol. Period. Period. Get plenty of hydration. Have your children hydrate. Again, start your children off with 10 to 20 ounces of water every single morning. Get them in the habit of doing that. That is a healthy lifestyle skill habit to have your children do. Start them with water. You know, what the fuck? Start them with water every single day. They're dehydrated. Hydrate your fucking children with no like water. Water is very inexpensive and very, 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 very necessary for health. Have them eat in accordance with their weight. If their weight starts to fluctuate up, make a check. If you notice extra body fat forming on your children, do something about it. Encourage healthy activity. Go for a fucking walk with your children. Make sure they're getting plenty of activity. Make sure they understand that they do not need a dessert every fucking day. That should be special for holidays and shit like that. We got to the stage where we treat our children like every day is their motherfucking birthday. Your child should not eat cake every fucking day. It just shouldn't fucking happen. Like how we got here, I don't fucking know. It's abuse. It's openly societal abuse to feed your child fucking cake every fucking day. It's insane. So get there faster, people. Anyway, I'm going to go. Have a great day. We'll be back Monday, I believe at 1 p.m. I've got to check. However, there's going to be the second half of the week next week. Crystal and I are going away to an undisclosed location and spending time with just Crystal and I. So there will not be lives Friday, Saturday, or next Thursday or Friday, I believe. There will not be lives. I do need to check. I will have the schedule posted in the up in the channel banner before too long, probably tomorrow. And then I hope everybody has a great fucking day. Again, people, just be a little healthier. Take us up on our coaching offer. I guarantee you this: if you are a 300-pound person and you're eating enough food to maintain you at 300 pounds, the coaching will pay itself off in the food you save. It will. I guarantee it. Have a great day. God damn.